In this video, we're going over the new top 5 meta loadouts here in Black Ops 7 Season 1. I will be going over both 5 as well as gunfighter class setups. Let's get into it. For class setup number 1, we're taking a look at the MADDOX RFB. Hands down, the best assault rifle here in Black Ops 7 Season 1. For the optic, we are going to use the Lethal Tools ELO. Clean, simple, easy to use at any and all ranges. I highly recommend getting this unlocked. For the muzzle, we are going to be utilizing the VAS 5.56 suppressor to keep you off the enemy's radar so you can get behind their spawn and build up a quick and easy streak. This is a great attachment on this AR. For the barrel, we are going to be utilizing the 24-inch ensemblage barrel. This is going to be a great attachment, bumping up that damage range so you can have a very fast and consistent time to kill. For the underbarrel, we're going to be utilizing the H-Lock foregrip. This is going to be improving your horizontal recoil control, aim auto sway delay, aim walking steadiness, and aim auto sway controllability, making this weapon easier to use at those medium as well as longer ranges. And by the way, if you don't have enough time to play and need weapon or rank leveling assistance, such as unlocking mastery camos like Singularity, Mitch Cactus has you covered. They offer safe and legit services on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC, and they also deliver DLC codes like Monster Energy and Mueller Milk. Mitch Cactus has over 20,000 verified reviews and thousands of personal vouchers, making them the go-to for things Call of Duty as well as Battlefield 6. You can use my code EARS to save 5% off. Limited time only. For the magazine, we are going to put on the Billing Extended Mag. This is going to bump up that capacity to 50 to have plenty of ammo to outgun multiple people at the same time. For the rear grip, I highly recommend putting on the Halux MLX grip. This is going to be a nice attachment, improving that aim down sight speed, slide to fire speed, dive to fire speed, as well as jumping aim down sight speed, allowing us to dominate at those close and medium ranges. A great attachment. For the stock, it's a great option to put on the Migrate MLX stock to improve that aim walking movement speed and the flinch resistance. You can walk around aim down sight, ready to win each and every gunfight, and if you get shot, you can still stay on target and outgun players at longer ranges. And then finally, for the fire mods, we are going to equip the buffer springs so we can smooth out that recoil pattern, improving that horizontal recoil control and vertical recoil control with the MADDOX RFB. Once you build this 8 attachment loadout, you are going to be very happy because in the firing range, you're going to see we have a fast sprint to fire speed, ADS, aim walk movement speed is going to be solid, as well as literally a 0 recoil AR that is going to be giving you a fast time to kill. Definitely give this a go if you're looking for an assault rifle. You can point, shoot, and absolutely pick people off at longer ranges. One of the best guns in the entire game, hands down. Now, if you only want to run the 5 attachment class setup, what you are going to have to do is remove the recoil springs. You're going to remove the stock, and you're also going to take away the extended mag, and you're going to swap the underbarrel, which is going to be the H-Lock foregrip, or the VAS Drift Lock foregrip, so you have a little bit more horizontal recoil control, because we're going to lose a little bit of that when we are removing the buffer springs. And once you go ahead and jump into the firing range and test out this load, you're going to see here the handling is still going to be nice. You're not going to really notice anything, and we still have a very accurate AR that is going to be easy to use at those longer ranges. The MADDOX is incredible, one of the best ARs to use in the entire game. Definitely give this a try. For class setup number 2, we're taking a look at the KOGOT 7. This is one of the fastest killing SMGs in Season 1. For the optic, you can put on the Lethal Tools ELO if you don't enjoy the iron sights. For the muzzle, we are going to be rolling with the SWF Tashina 11 to keep you off the mini-map when firing. A great option. If you can't control the recoil, feel free to put on that Harker Series 45 to bump up additional vertical recoil control, but a suppressed SMG is going to be best here in Black Ops 7. For the barrel, we are going to run the 13.5-inch Canes 05 barrel to bump up that damage range, giving you a faster and more consistent time to kill. For the underbarrel, I highly recommend putting on the VAS Drift Lock foregrip to improve that horizontal recoil control. This weapon does have a lot of horizontal recoil. We must mitigate so this weapon is easy to use at those longer ranges. For the magazine, we are going to be utilizing either the Fortune Extended Mag or the Cap or Speed Mag, depending on if you can deal with 30 rounds and want a faster reload or want to bump it up to 40. Both of these options are fantastic. For the rear grip, we are going to be utilizing the Remedy Light Grip to improve that aim down sight speed, slide to fire speed, dive to fire speed, as well as jumping aim down sight speed, so we can bump up this weapon's close range performance. For the stock, we are going to be rolling with the Malaise 64 stock to improve that flinch resistance and aim walking movement speed, strengthening our close range performance here. Fantastic. And then finally, for the fire mods, we are going to be running the buffer springs to improve more horizontal recoil control and vertical recoil control. You can't go wrong with this attachment on this SMG. Once you go ahead and build this KOGOT 7 class setup, you're going to see in the firing range that we do have a fast sprint out speed, ADS, aim walking movement speed is very fast, as well as a controllable recoil pattern. Overall, one of the best SMGs to use in the entire game. I highly recommend giving this a try. At longer range, you are going to have to burst fire. As you can see, it does have some recoil. This is going to be a submachine gun you want to run on the smaller maps like Nuketown. You can go ahead and get some fast TTKs up close, but nonetheless, this is a fantastic weapon. Now, if you only want to run the 5 attachment class setup, what you are going to have to do is remove the Lethal Tools ELO. You are going to go ahead and remove the stock, and you can remove either the extended mag or the buffer springs, depending on if you can control the recoil. Now, once you go ahead and jump in the firing range with this loadout, you're going to see the handling is still great. The iron sights, in my personal opinion, are amazing, and you are going to have to burst fire this at those longer ranges. I would stick to the mid-range, the close range engagements, but as you can see here, it's definitely usable. It is going to be one of the best SMGs here in multiplayer. For class setup number 3, we're taking a look at the M15 Mod 0. For the optic, we are going to run the Lethal Tools ELO. For the muzzle, we are going to be rolling with the VAS 5.56 suppressor. For the barrel, we are going to run the 18-inch Bowen Watchtower barrel to bump up that damage range, giving you a faster and more consistent time to kill. For the underbarrel, we are going to roll with the Iron Hold Angled Grip to improve that horizontal recoil control, aim auto sway delay, aim walking steadiness, as well as aim auto sway controllability. For the magazine, we are going to be equipping the Mayday Extended Mag. If you want a faster reload, the Black Line Flip Mags are also a great option. It just depends on your personal preference. For the rear grip, we are going to roll with the Hex Cut Grip so we can have improved dive to fire speed, slide to fire speed, aim down sight speed, as well as jumping aim down sight speed. For the stock, we are going to use the Intervention stock to improve that aim walking movement speed and flinch resistance. Definitely nice with this assault rifle. And for the fire mods, we are going to be rolling with the buffer springs to help out with additional recoil control. Once you go ahead and build this 8 attachment class setup, you are going to be very happy because we have an assault rifle that has a fantastic sprint out speed, ADS, aim walking movement speed, as well as controllable recoil. One of the best ARs to use in the entire game. I highly recommend going ahead and giving this assault rifle a try. You are going to be dominating lobbies with the M15, and it's one of the more consistent guns as well. So don't sleep on this. Now, if you only want to run the 5 attachment loadout, what you are going to do is remove the buffer springs, you're going to remove the stock, and you're also going to go ahead and take away the barrel. This is still going to be a nice loadout without the barrel. We have some very consistent time to kills with this weapon, and obviously the recoil control is still going to be there. As you can see, this gun is going to be solid, and you can run additional perks. I would recommend going ahead and putting on this 5 attachment loadout if you're playing on some small to medium-sized maps, or if you're trying to run and gun, just so you can run additional perks to really take over the lobby. For class setup number 4, we're taking a look at the DRAVEC 45. This SMG is disgusting, one of the best weapons to use in the entire game. For the optic, if you don't enjoy the iron sights, the Lethal Tools ELO is a great option. For the muzzle, we are going to put on the Bowen .45 suppressor to keep yourself off the mini-map when firing, definitely necessary with a submachine gun. For the barrel, we are going to utilize the 19-inch EAM Horizon barrel to bump up damage range to give yourself a faster and more consistent time to kill. For the magazine, we are going to utilize the Gator Extended Mag, giving us 48 rounds, so you can outgun multiple people at the same time without having to reload. For the rear grip, we are going to be rolling with the Herald Z1 grip to improve that aim down sight speed, slide to fire speed, dive to fire speed, and also jumping aim down sight speed, helping us out at close range because we are going to be running and gunning with this submachine gun. For the stock, we are going to put on the Defiant 45 skeletal stock to improve that flinch resistance and aim walking movement speed. You can't go wrong with this, especially on a submachine gun. And for the fire mods, we are going to roll with the accelerated recoil system to help out with additional recoil control. This 7 attachment loadout is going to be perfect. Now, if you do want to go ahead and put on a laser, I know some people don't like to go ahead and run lasers. You can put on the LT1 Swift Point laser, which is going to be improving that aim down sight speed as well as sprint to fire speed. You are going to be visible at the hip, so you can skip this if you want, but I'm going to showcase this loadout with it on in the firing range. As you can see, we are going to have a great sprint out speed, ADS, a walking movement speed, as well as very easy to control recoil. This is one of the best SMGs to use in the entire game. Very, very simple, and this 8 attachment loadout, or 7, can put in some serious work. Now, if you only want to run 5 attachments, which is what I actually recommend, we're going to remove the laser, we're going to remove the stock, and we're also going to take away the optic. We're going to leave everything else alone. The iron sights with the DRAVEC are some of the best in the entire game. As you can see here, super easy to use, and you're going to have a submachine gun class setup that is going to be putting in some serious work. As you can see, this weapon is amazing, one of the best to use. Definitely do not sleep on this class setup. And finally, for class setup number 5, we're taking a look at the MXR-17. This is one of the hardest hitting assault rifles in the entire game. For the optic, we are going to run the Lethal Tools ELO if you don't enjoy the iron sights. I personally think they're some of the best in the entire game, but if you don't like them, definitely equip this attachment. For the muzzle, we are 100% running the Redwell 90 compensator to bump up additional vertical recoil control. We're going to need that with this assault rifle. For the barrel, we are going to utilize the 20-inch Imperial barrel to bump up damage range, giving us a faster and more consistent time to kill. For the underbarrel, we are going to use the lateral precision grip to bump up additional horizontal recoil control. This weapon does have a lot of horizontal recoil we must keep in check. For the magazine, we are going to utilize the Volt Extended Mag, improving the capacity up to 30. So this weapon is more in line with a lot of the other assault rifles. Now, we're going to jump to the stock real quick, and we're going to put on the VAS TH09 stock. This is going to be improving your flinch resistance and aim walking movement speed. Definitely necessary with this assault rifle. And we're going to double back over to the comb now. And we're going to put on the Aria Assail comb, which is going to be improving that dive to fire speed, slide to fire speed, aim down sight speed, and jumping aim down sight speed, helping us out at those close and medium ranges. And then finally, we are going to equip a fire mods attachment, and the recoil sync unit is fantastic, improving horizontal as well as vertical recoil control. Once you go ahead and build this 8 attachment loadout with the MXR-17, you're going to see in the firing range, fast sprint to fire speed, ADS, aim walking movement speed, as well as very easy to control recoil. This is one of the better assault rifles to use in the entire game because it is going to be packing a serious punch. You are going to be able to get those 3-shot kills to the head, making this weapon incredibly deadly. And this is also very good in Warzone as well. So feel free to go ahead and utilize this if you do play Battle Royale. Now, if you only want to run the 5 attachment class setup, what you are going to have to do is remove the Lethal Tools ELO. You are going to go ahead and remove the recoil sync unit, and you're going to take away the stock first, and you're going to go ahead and replace the comb with the Aria Assail grip. This is going to be a great attachment here because we are going to have some great handling. As you can see in the firing range, this weapon still has great handling, a clean iron sight, as well as controllable recoil. This is going to be a great 5 attachment class that you can use at any and all ranges. You can outgun players very, very easily. And obviously, we are still going to maintain that 3-shot kill to the head, making this a very strong and fast TTK AR. These are going to be the new top 5 meta loadouts to use here in Black Ops 7 Season 1. Now, for the rest of all my loadouts for the wild card, if I'm running more than 5 attachments on a class, I highly recommend going ahead and putting on Gunfighter. It's going to be mandatory, so you're going to have to put that on. And if you do want to run only 5 attachments, you're going to have to put on Perk Greed because there are some perks we're going to need to use to make things a little bit easier. I have on the VLOX 5.7 secondary. Here are the attachments that I run on here. Honestly, this is pretty much irrelevant because I always pick up a gun off the ground. I do recommend putting on the knife. I have on the assault pack with the lucky ammo overclock so I can get more score per kill, making streaks a lot easier. I do run the stim shot with the cleanse overclock to remove player debuffs. I do put on the Simtex with the high density explosive overclock, so this is a lot more deadly. And for the perks, I do recommend putting on Flak Jacket, Scavenger, Looper, and for the Perk Greed perk, I do recommend putting on Bankroll so you can get your streaks faster. And you are going to be given the Tactician Combat Specialty Hybrid, which is going to be giving you more score when playing the OBJ with your team. Let me know down in the comment section your favorite weapon to use here in Black Ops 7 Season 1. I personally really enjoy the MADDOX RFB. If you guys enjoy, drop a like in the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications in your boy ears. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.